Welcome to Civil War Junkie. Today, we're going to be doing something inside. I'm going to show you the process of rolling cartridges for Civil War reenacting purposes and for live firing your weapon as well. So to get started, what you need to do to roll cartridges is you need to get yourself a piece of cardboard, a piece of wood or something, and you need to make a trapezoid out of it. And the measurements that you're going to need are going to be 5 1/4 long across the bottom, 4 1/2 down. This would be 5 1/4 as well, and 3 3/4. That's going to make your trapezoid patch for the base of your cartridge rolling. Secondly, what you will need is you will need to get a 1/2 inch wooden dowel rod. You're going to cut that 1/2 inch wooden dowel rod down to 6 inches long. The second thing you're going to do with that 1/2 inch wooden dowel rod is you're going to take a drill bit and you're going to hollow out the center of it, just like this one here is. Then what you want to do after that is you want to take a ruler or a straight edge and you want to draw a line across the dowel rod. That's about 4 1/2 inches long, and we'll get to that here in a few minutes as to why. So, as again, I have saved you guys the time of having to sit and watch me cut out my trapezoids. Now, there's a multitude of things you can do with these. To make these out of. Let me rephrase it. To make these out of. Some people just use regular copying paper. Some people use newspaper. I found what looks authentic is packing paper. You know, everybody orders stuff around the holidays. Your stuff gets shipped in this brown packing paper. Sometimes it's lighter, sometimes it's darker, but it works great, especially for rolling cartridges. So what you're going to do is you're going to set your trapezoid down in front of you like so, with the smaller end facing to your right side. Then you're going to take your wooden dowel rod and you're going to lay it across the trapezoid on the bottom so that the end of it meets up with your end of your line here. Okay? And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you how to do live cartridges first, because I'll show you how to do blank cartridges first, because they are a little different. So you line that up with the end of your 4 1/2 inch mark, and then you simply just roll it right across your dowel rod so it looks like so. And then what you're going to do is on the end that you have that hole drilled into the center of your rod, you're going to twist it. And then you're going to take it, and I smash it down on the table like so, but you just want to indent the end of it inside that hole. That'll hold the paper from coming unraveled once you slide the dowel rod out of it. So then what you would do is you would continue to roll these until you had as many as you wanted. And once you were done rolling them, then we'll go to filling them with powder. Now, these don't have to be exact. Mine aren't exact. Sometimes when you're cutting the paper out, or you're using the stencil, it gets a little wonky and it doesn't stay straight. Your lines don't stay straight. It's not a perfection. It is exactly what it is. You're just putting powder in these so you can replicate what the Civil War soldiers would have done to load their rifles back during this time of the Civil War. Now, I know in my previous video I showed you loading and firing the 1861 Springfield, and I was using a powder measure. that was simply just for the effect of showing you how the rifle is loaded. I did have some people say that, well, you didn't show us how they do it back during the Civil War. And they are correct. I did not show you back how they do it back during the Civil War, but that was just for the concept of it. I'm going to be rolling some live cartridges, and I'll show you guys how to do that here. And then when we have another nice day, we're going to get down to the range, and I will show you exactly how the Civil War soldiers would have loaded their muskets, their rifle muskets during the Civil War. And you'll see there is a difference. So I'm going to go ahead, roll up a few more of these, save you the hassle of having to watch me do it. And then I'll show you how to fill your blank cartridges here in a little bit. And we're back. So I've rolled up a few paper tubes for the cartridges, and now we're going to go through filling them. So what you're going to need in order to fill the cartridges, you're going to need some black powder, which I have in a flask here. And you're going to need a powder measuring device. Now, as far as how much powder to use to fill them, that's judged usually by the event that you're going to be going to. It depends. Some events say no more than 65 grains. Personally, I think 65 grains is a lot of powder to blow off at an event, per shot. I usually keep mine around half that, about 35. Today I'm going to use 40 grains of powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flask. I'm going to put some powder in my measuring tube. Try not to waste any powder. Sometimes it's almost impractical not to do. And then you're just going to pour the powder into your cartridge. And we got it all in. So then what you're going to do is you're going to find the base of the powder in the cartridge and simply pinch it up like so that it's thinned out like that, and you're just going to fold it over until it's like so. That way it holds it, inside the paper, and then you can put them inside your cartridge box. They don't tend to want to stay, but it shouldn't leak out. I should have done this over top of some paper. And I'm going to now. So again, take your flask or your powder, the container that your powder came in, and you're just going to fill your measuring tube. Now, sometimes I get fancy with these and I will put some cream of wheat in here, because it makes your cartridge a little bigger than that. You put like the same amount of cream of wheat in, so now it's going to be, up to about here or so full. Plus the cream of wheat Adds a little to the effect. Makes it look a little more smoky, so to speak. But that is essentially it. There's not much to it. It's all in the trapezoid that you have to make to get your cartridge, to get the paper to make your cartridges out of. That's basically what it boils down to, is making this thing right here. So I'm going to show you here in just a second on rolling live cartridges, because you're going to need 2 pieces of paper that are cut into trapezoids for rolling a live cartridge. So stick with me and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we're back. So now, live cartridges. It's basically the same thing as rolling the blank cartridge, except you're going to be putting a projectile in this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll up a trapezoid like we're rolling a blank cartridge, okay? Just like you're doing a blank cartridge. Roll your end up, squish it back down inside, and give it a good press down hard to squeeze it up inside that dowel rod. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab your Manet ball. This is a 58 caliber Manet ball. As you can see, I have them lubed. I just use candle wax, beeswax. That's fine. All it is to help reduce fouling in the barrel. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your dowel rod with the wrapped roll already on it, and you're going to set that about halfway on the second trapezoid. You're going to take your Manet ball and you're going to seat it right up against your dowel rod, and then you're just going to simply roll it. And then you're going to take the end with the projectile, just twist it up like so, good and snug. And then you can slide your dowel rod out. Now, some people may do this differently. This is the way I do it, because it keeps the powder and the projectile separated. The powder doesn't get down inside the projectile. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. But this is particularly the way that I do it. It may take a little longer. Some people may just do it all in one shot. But this is the way I prefer to do it. I just think it's nicer, it's cleaner looking. And then this particular flask it has a pre-measured tube already on it. This pre-measured tube is already set for the amount of powder that my 1861 Springfield uses. So I don't have to use the measuring tube, because this will do it for me. And I just simply push the button, turn it upside down. When it's full, close the latch. Powder is already measured inside there. Turn it upside down. Get it all out. Find the end of your powder. Do the same thing like you did with the blank cartridge. Thin it up really good, and you can fold it over. And what's nice about the live cartridges is when you lay them down, they lay flat, because the weight of the round holds the paper down. Versus the blank cartridges, they just kind of unfold, and I've had some of them leak sometimes. But that's basically about it. It's not anything that is rocket science. It's what we do as reenactors. Some guys do buy the tubes already rolled. I think that can get rather expensive. This way here, I'm not really spending any money on the paper aspect of it, I mean, it's just packing material that they're putting inside a, a gift you may have ordered. So, like I said, you're not really spending any money on the paper aspect of it. You're just for your powder and your projectiles. So again, here I'll show you real quick one more time. Like I said, you want to judge for about half the distance of your second trapezoid. Set it down, and just going to roll it up. And I mean, they don't have to look pretty. They don't got to look beautiful. You're literally going to be tearing them open with your teeth and pouring your powder down your barrel and that's it. That's a completed live cartridge. So I want to take some time to thank you guys for watching this video. If there's anything that you would like to see, please feel free to put that in the comments, and I will try to do my best to do it. I am limited with stuff that I can do. I mean, obviously, if you guys want me to do a cannon demonstration, I can't do that in my backyard. That would have to be something that would be done at an event if I can get, the okay with the artillery guys that own that particular piece. But if you want to see me shoot some more, I can shoot some more. I can do some demonstrational videos as far as like the manual of arms. Get all dressed up in uniform. I know everyone wants to see that. So that might be what we'll do next. Do a manual of arms video. And like I said, when we have a nice day, we'll get to the range and we'll put some use to these that we just made today. And I'll show you how a Civil War soldier would have loaded his rifle back during the Civil War. So thank you again for watching Civil War Junkie. I appreciate it, guys. Keep the comments coming. Keep the subscribes coming. Hit that subscribe button. And let me know what you think. Thank you.